own them already, on like different consoles and stuff, I would buy that just because it's $30. And I mean, sometimes they put it on sale. I don't know if they have yet, but I think they're talking about doing it. So when Capcom does that developer sale, dude, you can get all three of the one, two, and three, the PS1 classics, for like less than $10 a piece. Like that's a steal. Those games are well worth $10.
I'm just
Now,
waiting for
right?
somebody to do a mod for it to where they will just like upscale the fucking pre-rendered graphics. I think there's
Yeah,
already people doing that right now.
they did with two. It's called the HD Seamless Project, and it's actually really good if you've got the PC versions of those of Resident Evil 2. Um, it's it's worth it to do the HD texture packs and stuff because it really does smooth that game a lot. Because graphically, like I said, I mean, this game looks better than Resident Evil 2 to me, but everything's rendered in 3D. Resident Evil 2 still had a lot of that really blocky choppiness to it that the first one had. I mean, not that I'm complaining, the game's beautiful, but graphically comparing it to this, or like an HD texture pack, definitely go with the update. Like, unless you're just a purist, and that's totally fine too. No judgment.
No judgment for real. Um, you know what I want to play? I just want to play the Saturn version of Resident Evil.
Oh yeah, with the golden tyrant at the end.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, found some shit though. I still remember a little bit of this fucking game.
Uh,
Maybe taking those 2 GB hits was worth it after all.
uh, bringing back memories.
Oh, dude, I already I took like like so I got a plug basically, and I don't
Yeah.
really care about talking about this because it's a let's play. So whatever makes up for good commentary talk. But this motherfucker gave me a chocolate frog shroom, and I sent you the
Oh,
picture.
yeah, yeah. That's because I made the joke about the Harry Potter thing.
I didn't realize that she died though.
Yeah, I realized that after I said that, and I was like, oh, that may have been too soon. But yeah, speaking specifically, we're talking about Maggie Smith, who was oh, the Transfiguration Professor.
The baddest bitch in Hogwarts.
She was pretty hardcore. Like, I'm not gonna lie, because at first, you're like being a Harry Potter nerd. I'm like, dude, there is no way that she can take Bellatrix Lestrange and what was that other chick's name? Malfoy's mom. I was like, there's no way that she can fight both of them at one time because a movie prior to this, or two movies prior to this, Bellatrix Lestrange had already bodied Sirius Black. So I was like, all right, I hate her. I want to see her, terrible things happen to this character. But yeah, seeing her just being like pew pew pew, like no, pretty cool.
That bitch
And
is
she was in
deadly.
other stuff too. We were talking about Hook. She was in Hook. She was Wendy. Oh, somehow in Silent Hill, you end up talking about a Robin Williams film that Steven Spielberg says is his least favorite film to make, basically.
What was the least
And I
favorite
was
film to make?
Hook.
Hook.
Yep. Apparently, that production of that movie was a nightmare for him specifically. and it didn't make a whole lot of money. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure it made back its budget, but I don't think it made much more than that.
Hold on. It's okay. Hold on.
Speaking of spook,
It's in my backpack. It's in the middle. It's in the middle zipper. It'll be in there. I promise. Anyway, sorry about that, Colby. Anyway,
no,
go.
you're good, man. But no, I was gonna say, keeping in the spooky season tradition with Silent Hill, and terrible movie productions. I recently watched, I think it's called Lost Soul. It's the story of the original director of the Island of Dr. Moreau, and they go into like behind the scenes stuff into how they made this movie. And dude, it is fire. It is fire. If you've never seen The Island of Dr. Moreau from like 1995, it's got like Val Kilmer and Marlon Brando, and I think the guy's name is David Lewis. Played Lupin in Harry Potter. He's in it. But yeah, apparently this movie was a disaster. So I watched the documentary about it, and I was like, man, this sounds like the craziest like production story I've ever heard, dude. Like it's wild.
It sounds fucking wild. So this is about Hook, though, right?
No, no, no. This is about the Island of Dr. Moreau.
Oh, it's its own thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry, my memories. I was too busy like trying to grab this
You're
key.
good.
You saw me grab that
Yeah,
key, though,
dude.
right? Yeah.
Right.
I keep on pressing the select button to stop. This is triangle, triangle.
Supposedly there is a new Silent Hill movie in the works. Not real sure how that's happening or if it's going to be any good, but here's hoping. Fingers crossed.
I mean, it's still in production, but I'm not gonna lie with you. It looks kind of shitty. If it's all that shit that looks like from what we've seen that's shitty, maybe it's still in pre-production. Like when it comes like to like the effects and shit. I mean, it's Silent Hill. Of
Right.
course, they gotta add the fog and shit. I
And
it,
and my thing is, dude, what is with the CG? Have you noticed how terrible CG has gotten?
yeah, it has gotten pretty bad. Fucking
And it's
Hulk.
like, oh god, I know, man. I mean, it's sad because like you look at talking about spooky stuff, practical effects, people. If you go into a theater expecting to see a movie representation of this, you know, you want those effects to be practical. You don't want to see CG fog. You know what I mean? Like CG fog might be okay. That might be kind of cool. But like the creatures, you don't want that to be CG. I mean, and I'm not saying build $1,000 models for all your shots. That would make it impossible to shoot. But
Mm-hmm.
practical is always better, in my opinion. Well, 99% of the time.
There we go.
Yeah.
Got all three
Unless
keys.
unless you're doing like burn stunts or something, then I'm like, okay, cool, go with the CG fire because I don't want to see somebody, suffer for an effect shot. But creatures, even production design. That was one of the things about the first Silent Hill movie that was really cool. Was the production designer actually played through the game and got a feel for how everything was supposed to look before they went and made the sets and stuff. So the time and effort was put in, and I feel like that paid off, at least for that movie. And even this looks really good. Like I said, man, like you go from fixed camera angle, you know, even Alone in the Dark, it was 3D render, but it was fixed camera angle. How this camera, swivels and moves around your character, like that's really cool. Makes it what makes it more immersive.
I fucked up everything. Not really. I think I can
Nah, you're
recover from
good.
this.
You're good.
Like I know where I need to go, but I'm also just looking to make sure I grab
Right,
all the stuff that that I can find just to be
right.
safe. Because no item collection is part of the completion rate.
Yeah. See that thing spawn out of like nowhere.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, health drink. Very nice. I've actually been
There's
playing
like a
through
lot of
three.
stuff.
Yeah, there's like three health drinks, and there should be like at least one or maybe two ammo things.
There's a first aid kit here. I think.
Yeah,
Yep.
very nice.
Very fucking nice.
Hey, you did recover.
What?
I said you did recover.
I didn't realize I was gonna recover this fucking fast. So goddamn.
Right. I was gonna say, I think I remember this game being kind of forgiving, like as far as like combat stuff is concerned. I mean,
Just
you're in no way a sponge, but it's not like some of the older survival games where literally you get hit once and you die.
mm-hmm.
Because talking about just older games, Out of This World or Another World, as it has been called, um, that was an early PC game that I remember playing, and it kind of had this sort of blocky, animation style, but it was kind of cool because it made it feel like you were on an alien planet or whatever. And I remember that game in particular being very, very difficult, and it was very easy to die. Like, I think in the first area, like you're swimming up out of this pool, and there's tentacles that can drag you under if you don't swim up fast enough. You die. You get out of the pool, you run one screen to your right, and there's like these little killer slug things that if you don't like jump a certain way, like pitfall these things, you die instantly. So I mean, like, but I think that helps add to the horror element of this game in particular because, like I said, it's not such an immediate, like, sharp danger spike where it's like, oh, I could die instantly, but it's like it helps that feeling of being just lost in this place because you're in it for longer. Your character lives longer.
All right. Yeah. And so what was by far the most confusing part in this game that you were just very annoyed by?
mm, I'm trying to remember. Some of the puzzles were very or felt very random, but other than that, like, I mean, this game's fine. It's fine to play through. It's not it's not as bad as going back and playing through some other games of of the same genre, like I said, Alone in the Dark. Uh, that game is it hurts me to play that game now because I remember being like really young and thinking like, oh man, this everything looks so cool and this game is it plays the you know look at what I can do, and I've got all the little bells and whistles. And now that I go back and play it, I'm just like, everything is so bright and painful to look at, and just very, I don't know, it's very unnerving. But this game didn't age that way. Like, it still looks and plays very well.
I think by far one of my
Even,
favorite things about this game is the lighting,
yes,
especially with the lighter. Like earlier in the earlier, if you were watching earlier, the lighter that is apparently considered really difficult to do in PlayStation One technology.
yes, because they only had so much memory on the console to work with for, like, the visuals and stuff. So,
Mm-hmm.
like, even the fog effect, that wasn't a design choice initially. That was how they got around the draw distance of the, PlayStation 1's processor. So, a lot of this stuff, they were kind of innovating as they went, which is really cool when you think about it.
Are we going at the right area?
Yes.
Tell me to go to 11th Street, so I'm here. I know which doghouse I need to go. This one? Yep, it's this one.
I think so.
Yep. There we
That's what it was.
go.
Yeah, very nice. First aid kit. Yeah.
How does it look via Discord? By the way,
It looks nice. It's this game was originally released in a 4:3, frame, so, like, yeah, we're getting the full deal, and it's not choppy. It's smooth.
that's good. That's good to hear. Grab all this shit
Very
if I
nice.
can fucking move around.
Yes.
Damn this fucking tank controls.
I,
I,
I actually prefer them. I went back and I played Resident Evil Remake recently, and it it's so jarring when the camera angle just changes and your character is facing the opposite direction that you're holding down on the pad. It Dude, it bothered, like, I just had to put it back on tank controls. I was like, dude, I can't. Like, I'm gonna die.
yeah, I remember why we needed those keys.
Yeah. It should be three. Yeah. Very nice.
Oh, fuck y'all, motherfuckers! I still got it. Still got it.
Now it changes, right? Yes.
Here we go. Here's that lighting
Yes.
that's about to show up. Actually. Oh, and this fucking music. Holy fucking shit.
Yes.
Oh, there we fucking go. Now this
But
is some good shit right here.
even
This
the
is
camera flare. Do you see that? Like, how,
yes.
like when it. Oh, that's very nice. I like that.
That is fucking dope.
And I mean, you still get a good bit of, like on the ground specifically, how there's different shades, and there's, different assets that they're still using.
Yes, you can tell. Oh shit, we're about to go out.
And this team, like, dude, I gotta hand it to this team specifically, because I remember reading about how, like, this game was made, and basically this team at Konami was they were the last guys you would ever want to make a video game, from what I gather. Like, they had all been given tasks within the company and failed to deliver, and, like, this was kind of their last stop. Like, this was. Konami basically put them in a room